Hello, 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 we listeners them. I mean, it might appear kind of strange that we started broadcasting and we don't restart them. But let me start off by saying again, for the one that will not be there, will not hear we start. Today is Sunday, August 11th. And so, as usual, we program this particular program to come on Sunday at 3. We normally can start. We started 45 minutes ago at about 4 o'clock or shortly 1 minute after 4. So we were far gone, but we make a presentation. We play a video of the Olympics on a Sierra Leonean, so about a Sierra Leonean lady whose name is Cisse. We participate in the heat for the 100-meter race. So we just show a short video of him. Wait, in just a few seconds, we show, say, she started off, she was way ahead of in competition, but after she was about 60 meters gone, about 40 meters to get to the end, and three other people over Uda they way ahead can pass them. And so when you look at it, and you can see the potential on the young woman, but unfortunately it can't fourth. At the Olympics, where you come fourth, considering all the competition from around the world, you still deserve praise, and it indicates say you get the potential for come first. So we show the video, but unfortunately during we show, Facebook kind of block we and take issue with we playing the video. Apparently they get some strict rules about anything, and they, particularly with them big companies here, we try for replay, waiting then broadcast. So because of that, we get for start 45 minutes into our program today. We had to stop and start all over for make sure say we eliminate that video day what we play earlier. So it will be part of our broadcasting for today. So now I make we start again as if we don't do this earlier. Now also because this get for do with the Olympics, and today at the end of the Olympics, we just want for try forget as much information about we country and we people and we go represent we as best as we could. So there is always a thing about Sierra Leone having winning and we're not winning, but then get praise and then judged and say then get they among the 10 best countries and we'll get the nicest attires. And we are not sure whether this particular one then when we will show so, but because you see when they enter the Olympic field or waterway, we get something like there was another design, and this time France then do the Olympic in such a way people don't know what can come inside or match come inside. They were on a boat. Every country was on a boat, and so Sierra Leone get another impressive attire, just like the one they over the show now, and at the screen. So and we'll get then say we'll get the Sierra Leonean we design the attire here. So it caught the eyes of major companies then, and then of course kudos to that with Sierra Leonean designer day with for coming up with designs such as that they will put we among the top 10. We can't say which particular attire because the attire of we will get a video, but maybe that's one they say we may not have been allowed to play that one day. The video then with Shalom on the boat, But if we're able to get that video, they will show a picture of it next time around, hopefully. Or if anybody get them when the countries them in the match in, but when they were on the boat, if when I get Sierra Leone, a video of Sierra Leone let we get down so we can make a picture of them. We're not going to play the video, but we will play the picture of the design of the clothes then we them wear. Okay, so we're sorry about starting all over again, but we just try for say we will want and SLBS or the government television stations, as well as we own local TV stations then back home, when part of the primary responsibility at the Olympics now for being to the country how we own athletes than they do. Then when we own country in turn go beam out to the rest of we, so we will see how they do. Because Sierra Leone, a small country, the only way America, or particularly America, beside midday, will take an interest in a Sierra Leonean now because of his performance. And a lot of times, if that performance day, that competition day, that event day, they entail or get an American that event day, and that event day, the American is beaten by another country. So they go, so would that beat him? The position where that person they come and the position where the American come. So only then will we be lucky if that person they turn out to be a Sierra Leonean, like what we see this Mr. say, where they run, they'll go 60 meters, she only had 40 more, but 3 other people can come and pass them. And in the day way ahead, you know. So so we comment about that, and we strive for encourage who Minister of Sports and who Minister of Information that then for they coordinate them in there, what would then the athletic meet there, make we local stations them back home, they allow for highlights we own athletes them, no matter how poorly they perform. We want to know. You see, we go for doing self-evaluation. They're not to go there for fun. Then they go there for fun is one thing. It's good for them to have fun, but then they go there representing the country, but it's a disservice to the rest of we. What were they abroad? We don't know how we young people can do only by accident. That we'll go just see like this video we'll play, where now then tell we say we'll not get permission for play, so we can show it of a Sierra Leonean who did very well by the 100-meter heat, you know. Now, so we're sorry about that. We couldn't play it, but we did show some still photographs of the designing of we close them where then we wear what we athletes as well as probably some of our officials then wear. That was designed by a Sierra Leonean, and Forbes magazine, to my understanding, put we among the best, the top 10 of designs of clothing worn by the various countries and we go the Olympics in France. Unfortunately, today is the last day of the Olympics. It's a closing day. But last but not least, I always want for comment, say we for take the international competition very seriously, because we get the ability. You see, I always use Canada as Jamaica as an example. Jamaica is a small country, then just like we, if a Jamaican and Sierra Leonean were all team up side by side, you can't say this is not Jamaican, this is not Sierra Leonean. I mean, sometimes even the Black American can get some distinct features there, even though we all don't mix now, because a lot of people picking in are Black Americans. But Jamaicans, them, I mean, we get the same background, we eat about the same food, with the countries then small. So if they can win gold, silver, bronze, now Olympics, there is no reason why we not for be able to win at least 1 or 2 medals if we thought and effort into it. So I even cite in the earlier examples that maybe they say charity begins at home. We need to begin to encourage and sponsorship of we athletes them. But sponsorship not to anything new to sport, because now soccer, a women's sport, sponsorship has always existed for sponsorship of soccer. We not say years gone by even to presently, You get people that would sponsor Blackpool, would sponsor Eastern Lion, would sponsor some other soccer teams. Them during my own days in Sierra Leone, when I be the 60s, you will get strong sponsors like Demba Arch for Kenema District, you know, the diamond dealer, the successful diamond dealer. And I understand, say now, presently, even a Bo, there is a fairly wealthy gentleman by the name of Babadi, I can't remember his last name, we not only build a stadium, but he's a soccer enthusiast and himself now a sponsor. So somebody like that, I mean, we for encourage we athletes them or we government officials them for go to somebody like Babadi and people like those, even on a soccer and your own preference, but I not believe say it will be reluctant for sponsor a non-soccer player, you know, like a high jumper, you know, or like a javelin thrower, you know, so or a long jumper, that kind of a thing in it. So, but if we not go seek assistance and help from them, they're not going to get that. But we need their sponsorship there because right now, the only sponsorship athletes in again Australian are from soccer. From them, few people I just named. So we need for begin for get other athletes then will get talent in other fields for get sponsorship. Then that will lead to good coaching. Then that will lead to winning of awards or trophies, you know, and so that's how it goes. So again, thank you for listening to us. Now I will not go through the earlier fashion. I don't know if my producer will want for make I go through the numbers then again, where we normally can alert with listeners them for call in case they get any question. But we do know, say, we can always encourage people and say, go ahead and call in if you have any question. And we be allowed 3 minutes to comment and calls. And we strongly encourage people and for stick with the 3-minute limitation or the 3-minute limit only because if we not put that strong limit there, we're not going to be able to forget all the callers then call and people then will be displeased. If you call 1 and 2 times, then we'll not reach you, we'll not take your call. You may not want to even listen to the thing. So we try to encourage everybody when you call, remember you get the most time, 3 minutes. Arrange all your questions, arrange all your comments so you can do them within 3 minutes. And if you do them within 3 minutes, that will work perfectly well and we'll keep moving. So with that said, I want for make we, let me announce the number again, just in case. If you call from North America, we'll get a toll-free line. We're at 866-944-7722. 866-944-7722. Toll-free line simply means, for the one that we're not in the United States, that line where you will call, if you're in North America, we include Mexico, Canada, and the United States. You can call from any one of them countries and you don't get for pay for long distance. So now we'll call on the toll-free. The equivalent to that is if you call on WhatsApp from other countries. Anywhere where the toll-free now for 3 countries, Canada, Mexico, and the United States. WhatsApp now for every country in the world. You can call that WhatsApp number there. And that number then at 1-343-997-5828. 1-343-997-5828. You can call that WhatsApp number there. You can reach me from anywhere. Now, if you choose not for call the WhatsApp number, if you are in the UK, you can call +44 2080 891455. Again, +44 2080 891455. If you are in the UK, if you are in Australia, you can call from this number +61 2909 84337. 29. This is from Australia. +61 2909 84337. Also, then the carry You can listen to it on 91.9 FM radio station. You can listen to it on 91.9 FM. And we also have various platforms then where you can catch it. You can catch it on YouTube. Go on VOS network. You will see it on YouTube. Even as I talk now, there will be a recording of me as soon as this show is over on YouTube. So you can go on YouTube, you will get it. Then on Facebook, you get various platforms where you can able to access it. You can go now on Voice of Salon TV. You can get it. You can go on Voice of Salon Radio. This is on Facebook. You will get it. You can go on VOS/VOS-SL. You will get it. On Facebook again, you can go on VOS-UK. You will get it. And on Facebook again, you can go on VOS-Australia. You can get it. This is all we're being carried on all them platforms there on Facebook. Now, we're also carried on formerly known as Twitter, which is now known as X. So if you go on VOS television, to Twitter, they carry we on VOS television. So that also you can access with. Then we'll get the VOS TV website. That website then at vostelevision.com. The VOS TV website at vostelevision.com. Then, of course, the radio station I mentioned earlier, if you want to catch it on the website, you can go on VOS radio website, vosradio.com. If you want to catch you on the radio, go on the website, I'm sorry. You want to catch you on radio on the website, you can go on vosradio.com. You'll be able to get to it. Also, if you download the Apple, if you go to the Apple Play Store or the Google Play Store, you can download the mobile app. If you go to the Google Play Store or the Apple Play Store, you can download the mobile app. That will enable you for get VOS television, just on your phone or something of that nature. Then there is another one platform called Twitch TV. Just go on VOS television. You will be able to get to it on Twitch, TWITCH TV. You will get VOS television. So these are several platforms that within the carry we will try to reach as many people by as many means as possible. Now, a lot of being on all them platforms there takes money. They're not free. And VOS now gets financial contributors them other than the owners them. The partnership will get them. So, but we are paying people like Twitter with the pay for broadcast some of them things there, or for them and carry we. So we strongly encourage you now to listen, we get interest in what you will say, for make any kind of contribution, no matter how small. In other words, no kind of amount of contribution is too small. So you can send them to we. That will help for defray some of the cost for bringing their information there to una. And as una may know, we do our best for be as objective as we can, for be neutral in terms of what we would present. We not like a referee, when they call, even a referee with a referee a match, he might get a favorite team where one for win. But enough for mix that with a job for be fair and impartial. So they try our best, no matter how we feel, no matter what our leanings are politically in a salon, we want to bring about the information as objectively and as fairly as we can. Even though we know say certain people are hyper sensitive to anything critical which can be construed as negative of any action by any political party where they think say then they support. So some of we, if we support a political party, we see no wrong, we hear no wrong. So we dey try forget a lot of una out of that mentality there. Let we put the country first. All this talk about Salona, we won and we all now one, now we all young. Well, let we act. We're not for the only talk the talk, overwork the walk. So let we act like we believe what you will say. So when somebody say, Bo, such and such do wrong, you know for take offense when indeed that person they do wrong, you for be surprised and say, yeah, the truth is the truth. Just like the referee example where I give you, where you the ref a game, even the team where you get in mind for win, but if one of the players then play foul, you for blow the foul, you for call him. You can't say, oh, now this is my one for win, let them broke everybody in foot. I wanted to win. So you're not going to be a good referee. So what would bring the information here to now? We try to be objective, but we want to now also for understand that when we see wrong, we're not for calling right. When we see wrong, we're not for pretend like we say we're not see them. Because now one of the problems that where the country they suffer, people not able to rise above their political affiliation, their political party affiliation. Waiting the SLPP man go see as right, if the APC do a wrong thing. Waiting the APC man go see as correct, where if SLPP person do am, that's wrong. We therefore rise above that mentality there. Wrong, right come in one form, in one color. So let we try our best for be as objective. Let we hold with allegiance to Sierra Leone and with constitution, not to political party or leaders. If we can try that, we will be doing a great deal for ourselves. Please let when I hold for me tight, let me answer a call. Hello? Hello, caller. What you know your name? Where you call from? Mr. Kagbo? Hello? Oh boy. Hello? Hello, Mr. Kagbo? Okay, okay. Okay, that's fine. Ah, well, I can proceed. Can't I? Okay, so we can go ahead. Let me just comment on the video with the minister, then we can continue. Yes, we should. Yeah. So, yeah, let me go ahead and just make a yeah. So we are going to start off today. We are going to start off today because the trending issues that we will talk about in Sierra Leone now just various activities, economics, politics, and contemporary issues. So I don't address the issue of the Olympics and what to make we get for restart with show. I think we had a caller, but I think that caller will call back. And then now I want to go into a video where we go ask the control room for play concerning the internal affairs minister and the minister and the um, human rights activist, Mr. Bani, with the Minister of the Internal Affairs na studio, na AOIB studio. So let's listen to the video and then we're all going to make our analysis of what you will see and what you will hear. So
in the studio, we have been joined by the country's Minister of Internal Affairs, Major General retired David Taluva. The minister is here to talk about security matters and protests which have and are still threatening national stability. We also have Alfonso Bani, Executive Secretary, Human Rights Defenders Network, to join the conversation. Good morning, gentlemen. Thanks for joining us.
Good morning. Thank you for having us.
Let's start with the minister. Quite a lot is happening around the world right now with protests in Africa, in other parts of the world. So close to home, there's Nigeria, there's Kenya. What is Sierra Leone's national security sector thinking? As Minister of Internal Affairs, what are your thoughts with all the happenings in the world?
It's not good. It's not good for national stability for those countries. And they're going to regret all what they're doing now. You know, because it will not solve any problem. It won't.
Are you saying this because you're worried that your people back home might want to use those as an example and jump on the streets to protest? Because the protests in those countries are connected to bad governance and the economic hardship in their countries, especially Kenya and Nigeria. Are you saying this because you don't want Sierra Leoneans to follow them?
I'm not worried. As far as I'm concerned, the government of retired Brigadier Julius Madabio is doing so well. And apart from that, this is a global crisis. Why do you want to set your house on fire? Because there's a global crisis. It's not only peculiar to any particular nation. Why do you want to destroy your country? Why do you want to destroy things? Because it's a global crisis. If you want to tell me that all the governments in the entire world, they are bad, they're not bad.
But it's not all the countries in the world that are on protest.
Yes, because you have sensible ones and then you have crazy ones. Those that are sensible will never jump on the street to fight, to burn houses, to loot shops.
Personally, what are your perspectives on protest and demonstration? Are they right or wrong? What should require citizens to participate in a protest or demonstration?
Well, personally, my take is it's a national issue. We have to address the issue as a nation. We don't have to address the issue as a political party, as the government in power. We have to address issues as a nation. If we are sensible enough, we have seen this coming from other parts of the world. We have seen hardship. We have seen a lot of things. Not to say this is peculiar to Sierra Leone or is only peculiar to Bangladesh or to Kenya. You understand me? But if we have Sierra Leoneans...
Mr. Minister, I am so sorry to interrupt you, but that was not my question. I'm asking again, what are your personal views about protests and demonstrations?
They are not timely.
Is it something you think citizens should not embark on at all, at any point?
At all.
Why not?
Okay, because it won't solve any problems. That's why I said it's a national issue. Let's have a national brain. We think as one, and then we address the issue. But if you start to burn your own houses, let's say, for example, we saw in Nigeria, they were burning buses, they were looting shops. Will that solve the problem? It won't solve any problem.
Are you also aware that your views contradict human rights?
How?
Protesting is also part of
Exactly. If you're doing it wisely, if you know that if I protest for this, I will achieve something, then you can embark on that. But if you know that even if I protest, I won't achieve anything, then why do you need to protest? Why do you need to burn houses? It's not the protesting that is my problem. My problem is the destruction of things.
But the protest seems to be working in, especially Kenya, where the president has taken quite a number of steps, slashing down his salary, sacking a lot of his cabinet, cutting off budget allocated to the first and second lady. So yes, for the Kenyans, you would say it has yielded some results. Would you not agree?
Let me say this. Will that solve the problem? Is the protest not still going on? The protest is still on. Even he has done all of those things, but the protest is still going on. So what did they achieve?
Mr. Minister, a lot of theorists or propounders have indeed argued of the importance or about the importance of protest. One of the benefits of these protests is one, it creates a voice for the voiceless, public awareness, policy change, in a way, democratic participation, accountability. And there are a list of international laws that support this. One, Article 19, UDHR, International Convention on Civil and Political Rights, ICCPR, Article 19, European Convention on Human Rights, ECHR, Article 10, and a host of others, Mr. Minister. Is it that you're saying, or you don't want to be direct, that you're afraid?
I'm not afraid. All what I'm saying is that's total madness.
You're saying that protesters are mad?
No. The way they do their protest, it's mad. How can you burn down ambulances? Like in Kenya, a whole mall was burnt down. Would that solve any problem? It won't solve any problem. And you are sending the country backward. They burnt ambulances. The government will have to use money again to buy those ambulances. They will have to buy other things. Then why did you do it? We fought for 11 years. That didn't take us anywhere. Instead, we went backwards. We should learn from that. That fighting will not assist us in any way. It will not solve any of our problems.
Alphonsus, you're a human rights defender. Well, do you support the views of Mr. Minister that protests should never be hard in the first place?
Thank you very much. I respectfully disagree with the minister, and probably I appreciate the point from where he's coming, at least as a government official. And you have laid the premise from the international angle, making reference to the International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights, the Universal Declaration on Human Rights, the African Charter on Human and People's Rights. But probably let's a little bit, localize ourselves, so that probably it will also help or inform our minister to look. If you look at chapter 3 of our constitution, it talks about the recognition and protection of fundamental human rights and freedom of the individual. And you go down to section 12, which speaks about the protection of the freedom of association and assembly. And that is where we are focused on our discussion. This is a fundamental human right that people have to demonstrate. And if I could remember, or I could recall, few weeks ago, the president said, a hungry man is an angry man. That phrase does not necessarily mean when your stomach is empty. There are people in this country that are hungry because of bad governance. They are hungry because of the economic situation. They are hungry because of the justice system. They are hungry because they are not allowed to exercise their fundamental rights on the freedom of association and assembly. So because they cannot enjoy that, it leads them to anger. And that is what is happening in Kenya. Because they were hungry enough, it leads them to anger, and that anger translates to desperation, and that's what we saw in Kenya. And if you look what is going on in Sierra Leone, even though the minister said it's a global issue, it's a global issue, but it's also different. The way you conduct or the way you handle the situation in your country will ensure or will create the opportunity for citizens to see the understanding or to reason with you as a government that you are doing something. But if you do not control yourself, looking at how you spend the state resources, how you respond to situations in your country, there is no way citizens will reason with you. And that will lead to what we saw in Kenya. And so freedom of association and of assembly is a fundamental human right, and it is embedded in our Constitution, Chapter 3.
Mr. Minister, a week ago, most local newspapers reported that ECOMOG forces had landed.
Okay, now let we listen to what the minister say. Let we recall the questions we then posed to the minister, and then let we also remember the same question being posed to the Mr. Gbani, the human rights or civil rights activist. When I just ask him a question, say if he agree with the minister, and he say he disagree. So then we analyze what the minister say. In a way, when, of course, I'm not so sure if is the minister right or correct in many respects. But let me hurriedly say, in your line of work as a lawyer, then say reasonable men can differ. So the minister might have one perspective, and then we all others may have a different perspective. Me get a different perspective from the minister only in the sense that I think the questions posed to him were very fair. I was hoping the control room would have been able to show, because when there was one other point I want to make, but on the video, but I want to make. I think those were very fair questions, and sometimes when they were minister had them come on TV or television show of any kind or any kind of broadcasting, I think they get for sure the astuteness of the position we they hold. Now the minister they ask say demonstration, because first of all, I think where the minister go wrong, uprightly, he should have just tried to make a distinction between the types of demonstration. Demonstration itself per se is a constitutionally protected right given, right given by the Constitution. You get a right for disagree, you get a right for assemble, you get a right for demonstrate. So right there, the minister for say, yes, it seems to me now, the Minister of Internal Affairs, and job is to maintain peace and order and for promote peace and order. You don't promote peace and order if you say a right given to one particular, to the citizens them, you don't like the idea them for demonstrate that right there. When it could have easily make a distinction, say, yes, I'm all in for peaceful protest. Protest that does not involve violence. Protest that does not involve the destruction of property. Protest that does not lead to the injury or killing of people. He should have made that distinction there for make we know say he understands the nature of his job and the critical nature of his job. Because he also the man in charge of protecting people, at the same time giving people the right for exercise and constitutional right. But it seems to me the minister missed that completely. He now get a full understanding of waiting now in job description, with all due respect. Okay? So what happened is when he say he put everything together, he say demonstration yields nothing. Waiting, and then it also say demonstration a global or whatever. Well, I'm not even sure if the minister mean this demonstration is a global issue or public unrest is a global issue. But even if he says so, I think the minister is wrong. Nigeria and Kenya then get similarity in terms of the reason or the purpose for the unrest. It's purely economical. It's purely economical because taxes were raised. Even the the Kenyan president acknowledged the fact that if he had to do it all over again, he would do it in a reverse form. He should have announced to the public the economic status of the country and why Kenya they in the situation within there, and the steps that we need for be taken for get Kenya out of that trajectory there or that direction there, and that some of them steps then they will be painful economically or to the pocket. The Kenyan president say that's what he should have done first and foremost. For tell people the steps they want to take and why you want to take them steps then they, and why if you not take them steps then they, Kenya will seek deeper and deeper and deeper into economic dependency and not will ever pay them debts. He said so he should have done that. So at least the Kenyan president acknowledged that. So he acknowledged that. So when he acknowledged that, but he acknowledged the fact that they make a mistake, he just go ahead and increase taxes and do this and do that. And the Kenyans then take onto the street. When instead of admit saying a bad governance down there, he put the cart before the horse instead of the other way around. I don't know how much of that the minister is aware of, but the minister wholesalely, in the wholesale, say demonstration is bad. Demonstration yields nothing. People don't achieve anything from demonstration, but I think that goes against. I mean, you see the reporter ask and say, but isn't that a violation or a contradiction of fundamental human rights? And but they keep asking what have they achieved. But I can give the minister a whole host of successes around the world. I'm amazed that the minister, they talk and operate as if now a different planet he ever lived. Demonstrations do achieve intended results, but we have to make a distinction. Violent demonstration is not what the Constitution say people should have. It's clear. Violent demonstration is not protected by the Constitution. It's not protected by law. Demonstrators who go out there and engage in the destruction of property, they engage in the destruction of, in injury of people, of them who engage in disruption of the peace. Those demonstrations are not in any way, shape, or form protected by the Constitution or the law. The demonstration that the law protects is the right for go out and vent your frustration. And that frustration, in fact, there are different types of demonstration. It not have to be demonstration against the government. It can be demonstration in favor of or against any other activities. In fact, on that video they wouldn't play, I think there was some misunderstanding too, but will not be reached that part there on the video where I think the minister had it wrong too concerning the lawyers them. The minister tend to mix up the right of the minister to assemble, of the lawyers then for assemble in a Brookfield Hotel to that of demonstration. So the right to assemble, not just the right, we can assemble by having a meeting. We're not demonstrating. But the minister tended to commingle that with that of demonstration and say, well, the lawyers them, they don't get permit. Well, the question comes about, did they need permit? Does the law require that for all a professional meeting, you need a permit from the police? Because this was a meeting that was going to be held at the Brookfield Hotel, indoor, or within the confines of the compound of the hotel. Was permit needed for that? When the police go and obstruct the lawyers them and prevent the lawyers them for us having a peaceful meeting, didn't the minister see anything wrong with that? The minister doesn't even seem to respect, and he just see him purely from the position of power, that demonstration is bad. I wish people had said that to Dr. Martin Luther King and the Malcolm X's and civil rights activists all over the world. Some of the privileges who they enjoy in Sierra Leone and all different places. I wish the minister they tell Dr. Martin Luther King during the heydays of discrimination and civil rights, fighting for civil rights in this country, for say it will accomplish nothing. I think even in the days of President Shaka Stevens, when students took, let me give a local example, when the students then take upon themselves for protest, some of them students, they are when a minister now they oppose demonstration. And some of the people that when a minister now want to be born here, they want to be small about them. There is this minister telling me, achieve anything, that student demonstration day, And so the minister is just wrong in terms of in references, in terms of in fact, in terms of a lot of things. And he seemed to be very much unaware of some of the good things the demonstration they bring. Waiting government for guard against, now that of a violent demonstration. Let me be clear. The law not protect that violence of any kind. But the government also can help for quell, for calm down the propensity of people to engage in violence. What the law can do, or what the police can do, or what the internal unit can do, or the internal affairs can do, it's simple. It seems to me. People apply to demonstrate for whatever the cause may be. Let's say it's against the government, even though, like I said, not all the demonstration, not all public demonstrations involve demonstration against the government. And I don't think any government should be so nervous as not to allow any type of demonstration for fear that it might turn into something. What's the point in having a government? What's the point in having the police? if you're so nervous that you would do away with people and rights, to demonstrate. And demonstration, the right to dissent, it's a key component to the exercise of democratic rights. Okay, so now we get a minister where they say, you don't believe in any of that. Okay, I don't know that is a good advice to the president, because if students or people want to demonstrate for any cause, all the government has to do, it seems to me, and I think it will work perfectly, is the people that work out for the permit for demonstrate, which is necessary. You let them know, look, this permit is being given you in good faith, so you can exercise your constitutional right. We trust that your group or the people that owner they attract will also know that this permit does not give anyone the right to break the law, to damage property, to obstruct public peace, whether by blocking traffic or lynching in there. So make that clear. Say you want to understand that, and when people then come, some agitators then want to part of a group can join on our activities. Now on our duty for monitor the activities and tell them, say, no, don't do that. You're not a part of we. And if you can, even call the police on them for say, hey, this person not a part of we. The internal security unit or internal affairs unit can make that public service day. They can make them. Okay, the internal affairs unit can do that. This is how you exercise, you balance the key. Then you train your police force, then let them understand and observe and respect fundamental human rights. And don't give them lethal weapons. In many own days, we will be young, police them, that truncheon them they carry, that stick. And they call them, we will get a different kind of police where they try to keep the peace, So they may get then kind of a people in there. But now, what you will do for instill fear in the minds of people, the government, they give police them live bullets. And forgo, and then this other type of prevention for just create chaos among people them, way not necessary. So if the police then fully understand the rights of people and for assemble, and the right of people and understand that they no get no right for damage property or kill people or hurt people, all the police then get for doing now for stand on the sideline and watch and make sure say things then they are exercised peacefully. But what you mean understand what they happen and listening to the minister, he doesn't believe in any of that. So the reality is he not even believe in democratic practices and principles. Now he asked the question, he say, what demonstration do I achieve? Well, I think the minister need to go back and Google and ask, say, in the history of the world, okay, going back to Nigeria and Kenya. Nigeria and Kenya, the actions, the demonstrations, and the street violence, which is not justified, was instigated by economic anger. That was the anger. The other one, the other demonstration that would take place in a different country, like in England, for example, not got nothing to do with which the minister referred to as global crisis. No, not got nothing to do with that. England, now religious bigotry. The demonstration would take place in England currently. Not do with economics as much as it has to do with racial and religious bigotry. That's a global issue. Okay, Sierra Leone, they're not the demonstrate. Okay, they're not demonstrate because somebody go or get black skin, commit a crime, or do this or do that. You see, So we get for really understand anything in there. But so the minister is not as informed as he should. And I think with that new understanding of demonstration, we do not believe in no type of demonstration whatsoever. But and then they say, no, nobody will condone destruction of lives and property. So the minister knows that's not what they are talking about. We are simply talking about exercise of constitutional right. Then I listened to Mr. Bani, who was talking about a hungry man. I think he said the president said it's a hungry man is an angry man. Well, I don't quite share that view there anyway. I mean, there is no need for a man who is hungry to be angry. If he's hungry, he's hungry. He just needs food. But I don't know of too many people when they are hungry, they're mean. You know, I can't see how we will equate meanness with hunger. So some of the things there, if the president they make that kind of statement in there, well, first of all, it undermines the president's own effectiveness. But if we know how that relates to reality on the ground, you see. So you remember somebody asked the minister, say, you not think so your views contradict international human rights, you know? So I want to ask the minister, if people do not demonstrate, how else can the government know that people have some dissatisfaction? How else can the government know if they don't allow people then for demonstrate? I think is the government showing the proper restraint where government forget when as soon as people then say they want to demonstrate, you therefore put the police and the army on high alert and terrorize people then that they're not for demonstrate in any way, shape, or form. Why will a government be so opposed to demonstration? But again, these are some of the things then we okay, the minister also say people who go out and demonstrate will regret their actions. Waiting at the president in proof of that. I mean, waiting at the minister in proof of that. That when you go out to demonstrate, you get regret for having demonstrated. You know, doesn't the minister understand that you on duty now for be responsive to the feelings of the people? Now, this global phenomenon with the minister the chalkboard is a little bit questionable. Every demonstration would take place, not so global. If economics, now the reason and the economic situation of the country, it's not necessarily global. Inflation, yes, it's global. But every country has been dealing with it in their own way. But shouldn't the citizens of Sierra Leone have the right to at least express themselves when Sierra Leone, when Liberia, where the next door, then get a single digit inflation, like 9 or 8%. Sierra Leone get 40 to 50%. What a vast disparity, and the Sierra Leoneans shouldn't say anything. You know, if there is a worldwide phenomenon, why is Liberia having 8 to 9% inflation, Sierra Leone get 40 or more above? You know, doesn't that have something to do with management? When the reporter said to the minister, Kenya as well as the Nigerian government have taken steps by cutting down on the size of ministries and ministers and cut down on some offices and taking pay cuts. Doesn't the minister, I mean, you see, we are getting all the signs how we can prevent that, because all this minister and the president will then get for do, and I foresee the actions taken by then government here would experience that, so we can able to avoid going through the same thing. Let the president show we good faith, you know, by not taking per diem, by not traveling so much, by not making so much appointments and opening new embassies, what we would claim say we not get money for, by not expanding the bureaucracy, show we good faith by cutting down your salary, instead of creating more positions. But you can't just say because you get the power, people shouldn't protest when they see you do things that you know are not right. So this to me is not only unfair, it's unfortunate. And this not got nothing to do with party politics. It has to do with pure economics and national interests. Sierra Leone's problem is not different from any other country. Now, good leadership, and the minister for realize for say people come to the position where you hold, the position of the president hold, now for sacrifice, not to for come enrich yourself. If you want sacrifice, you can take pay cut. You can do away with per diem. You can cut down on your traveling. The traveling not to the issue. The expense involved in the traveling, the entourage, the private planes, all that. Somebody has to bring those things up. Now, the minister will interpret that as you want to stir trouble. No. Nobody loves Sierra Leone more than a lot of we. The minister, by no means, or the president loves Sierra Leone past we. We want to see Sierra Leone in perpetual peace. But for do so, you have to take the necessary steps. You get for no say people can be agitated when times are hard, We get for no say when you say the minister panel video they talk say, oh, well, people can forget the president praise and the health and the school. Well, the average man, when a businessman, when a literate person, education not to any own concern now and then at the economics aspect now in the concern now. And the ability for live on a day-to-day basis. So I disagree, but let me take a call of a caller, and then I'll go back. Hello, caller. What's your name? Where you call from?
Hello.
Hello.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, go ahead. Fine. How are you, sir?
No bad. I understand that you call from Maryland.
Okay, Mr. Al-Hussein. Nice to hear from you.
Yes. Good. I just called for make a small contribution about this minister.
Yes, go ahead. Yeah, come a little closer to the phone or something where you talk on, so we'll hear you clearer.
Okay. What you personally believe? The minister we don't know say demonstration go for take place because they don't call for the 19th and 20th. And you don't say a copycat. Where they want to do in Ghana, so where they do in Nigeria and Kenya. But in Belize, Sierra Leone, we don't go through this. So now they're ready, they prepare than what will happen last year. So August 10, 2022, where they take the government unawares. Because the government will underestimate everything, the threat will be the kind side from the internet, from social media, from Holland. They message will be pass, that they underestimate, that they not be believed. Because they believe they go be out with the election 2023, they decide whose government can come next. But when they take up on themselves, they say Amarabio must go. They can't say Ruto must go. They can't say Tinubu must go right now. So Salon go through all that. And things in Nigeria before Holland and Kenya are not the two fruitful because when election don't take place, the only two they pull president in power, the election again. So that mistake they try for stocks to make it not repeat again. Now the government prepare. Because Salon go through economic crisis. When they take over, Marabio take over and meet they go meet IMF and get conditions where you fulfill like how Ruto want to do so right now, like how Tinubu do, or remove subsidy and petrol and rice or basic commodities. Salon go through that since 2019 when Marabio take over. So I don't see any need, according to what they talk, need not for make Salon copy again from Ghana, from I don't say called Ghana, from Nigeria and Kenya. Because so waiting for the ultimate waiting for happen and destruction and for happen. So they caution the people there. Now Salon take over United Nations Security Council presidency. This is the time one man for reflect. This is the first time in 50 years where this August will take over. Why do they call for demonstration? Why do all men come together so we unify behind this president for this unprecedented way that happened? Although it happened 50-something years ago, it happened this time. Why they want to portray Salon now to the Security Council as not a stable country because now They want to do like what happened in Ghana, so in Nigeria and Kenya and Britain for make the country unstable again. And then some people they want right now. Make them prove them point. So now make them say the security in place right now for prevent something like that. Say, what to me, talk like this demonstration or not legal. But if you go through the process, the procedure, and grant you permit, you can do that. But in a suspect say, based on what we did before, I never repeat. Because the coup just take place last year. The eve of where Sierra Leone take over United Nations Security Council after 50 years. Why? People like applaud for overthrow government. If that may be succeed, what else are before? If you say they forget this position, this privilege didn't get to right now for let it be president of the Security Council. No, so now what election done? Would that be for contest for going to court? You can't do that. Venezuela na dictatorship according to the but you know what, then go through the process, the Supreme Court right now. But one party decides they don't believe pastor, they don't believe reverend, they don't believe the court. So they say the only people that believe in the international community. International community don't come now. They all lost it, they don't sign paper. They all don't agree. So why do they call for protest now? Why they for call for protest? Because all that they be in this, not to the all, but some of them are the APC. The spokesman with the Holland. Now they call on the social media, the same people who they transmit the message to the social media like a weird or other one. And they communicate this thing. And also nothing, what happened at Kenya, never repeat. Anyway, repeat back in the salon. And not all to copy bad. So they allow copy something good for the country. But they don't give that privilege. They don't give it, say, another presidency, when I get the presidency for Security Council, apply for any Sierra Leonean in the world. That's what it's supposed to be. I mean, personal opinion is that because this 1 month at least, let them give peace a chance. Let peace reign. Let Salon fly the Salon flag in the world. Salon a peaceful country. We don't sign peace after election. They're not get an opportunity. We don't do that. Thank you very much for your contribution. For the
All right, sir. Thank you so much. We appreciate your comment. I would like to take another call, and then if I may, I'll probably go just take me in position in terms of what we are talking about. So, hello, caller. What's your name? Who's the call from?
Just take me in position in terms of what.
Hello. Are you calling into this show? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Yeah,
hello. Yeah, because what you play, turn your radio or your TV down, because now that will confuse me.
Okay, I don't put them down. You hear me now?
Okay. Yes, sir. Very clear.
This is Tia for the call from Maryland again, the last caller.
Uh-huh.
Well, I think the minister and the presenters they misunderstand themselves. They always talk as the most corrupt entity in Sierra Leone, the media. The minister, they don't articulate what he actually means for us. Because we all are Sierra Leone the past 50 years. I know one day in Sierra Leone see any demonstration, we go without violence. We don't pull private citizens and property, they don't go loot people in shop. I think that money they emphasize. Then that global the minister they talk, not say demonstration of global. You see the hardship, the global hardship. I look that program the live. If they refer to the hardship in the world right now, it's not unique to Sierra. Because if you continue to listen to the whole program, it will articulate and better later in the program. We see the suffer people in the suffer in Sierra Leone. It's not just limited to Sierra Leone, which is true. You understand? And the government will allow people to demonstrate, but the problem in Sierra Leone, the Public Order Act, I think say you forget clearance from police. Anytime where the police asks people for come and show facing and then they lead this demonstration. And for can sign say if anything go wrong with the demonstration or the whole responsible, people don't need to show up. They not agree. And they call the government, they refer to people who demonstrate as faceless leaders. Because the government very clear. Come, let you sign, say if something go wrong at you. But you know that country they say. If they then people they can sign, the same government will send infiltrators for go and cause serious damage. And at the end of the day, then go hold them people they will come shoot themselves in and be leader of that particular demonstration, responsible for whatever damage occur. Nobody no one take that responsibility. Because we know African government, after God not them, who decide when you life the end, when for be free or this. So people only take their chances. And most of the time, like I say, all the demonstrations we witness for travel car America, most of the end violently. And then go put a few government houses, but government property, but most of the time it's civilian and property. Go loot shop, fuel market table, where the market man can the next day for take out in produce and not get table again. The Sierra Leone are right for demonstrate, but people and just don't for grab no more. And from when the government come, how many demonstrations that we don't take place? And if you look at in whether that Mr. Albisa we call say and say all APC, me to tell you, total APC. APC is the only chance we can get for come back and power and for continue for big Sierra Leone look ungovernable. The government look bad. They're not I used to remember for the young people myself, if you make the government bad, not for working at the government, then the country, then everybody will suffer. But thank you for your time.
Thank you very much. I appreciate your call. I will venture for take another call. So let me go to the next caller. Hello, caller. Which your name is where you call from?
Yeah, I call from United.
Another hear you clearly. Please, just get your microphone closer.
I don't turn off. You get me clear now?
Yes, sir. Yeah, very clear.
Okay. This probably with the debate on, so I will go to the Olympic, but maybe I will call later.
Okay.
This will issue na salon, na party politics, na non-puel salon. From where we get independent, I remember they compare with other African countries, them, we try to do comparison. But we own politics na salon, it's different from any African country. So I don't know if we get that or not. Any party within a power, na anger the judiciary, na imbibe the parliament, no matter if you're at the opposition side, if you want to survive more, you get for lazy. So waiting the president they say, and then they follow. Even if you're inside the party where not the ruling party, if you want to stand for go against the president, he will win a right to you they do. Then they penalize you. Let me go after the election. That lady Masala Samba, how you call him? They been they talk Samba. Much. But waiting baffle me after the election, the bar association, we comprise of APC, SLPP, and all that brass. I hear you they endorse the president, say win the presidency. But you want to tell me, say the one the way they win at APC them, they not come out say, hey, we not agree, we there at the bar association, but waiting the bar association announced, we there against that. Nobody not say nothing. So now party politics now don't study. So now when the president call you and give you position, where you go na radio for talk? Now waiting that president want to let talk, now they talk. They don't mind use they sell themselves just because they earn the position. Forget that day today 2 cents. Then tomorrow wait something happen, they lose their integrity. Then a salon politician. Because so they talk. If we talk about in the last program, when they talk about Yunkela, yes, the man, just like Mr. Jallo Jamboria say, they get integrity for stay aside politics and making money. But not within itself. It just gets that say, it won't be president. And then they don't lie to you and say, we will make you this. So then the time when one start for talk the right thing, then threaten him or beat or waiting. So now what they call and say, well, this don't happen if you out for talk. What they go talk? So the Salon politics is different for any African politics. And then as long as you then at the ground, no matter what you say stand for, and President Bio, the reason why it's different from all the president, in where Kaki before, they get the gun. Going to this minister where they talk, the massacre where they massacre them people them on that demonstration as alone. Nobody not been go broke shop. Instead, they fire people they waiting at their house, then kill people then. So what thing you want to tell me? Me, let me just pray that God go pull a man in a power, but nobody no go pull up. I they tell you now for free, now God no more get for pull up. Because what thing they happen? The world now good versus evil right now. And God be not say all this go happen. And we they see now the fulfillment. And he get for continue all over the world.
Okay, I strongly encourage you, please, for call back, because we don't exceed the 3-minute limit, but I would like for the rest of what you get for talk. And also we like to, for you comment about the Olympics. So please call back. I strongly encourage you. Let us just keep to the 3-minute limit. Okay, please. Now, let me go back to two of the previous callers then. Yes, I greatly appreciate people in the call for express what may or may not be the situation. I think one of the callers say, well, now Nigeria and Kenya for copy from we, in essence, I don't paraphrase what the person say. Not to we get for compare, not to we get for copy from Nigeria and Kenya, because we they go through, or we don't go through what they go through now. I don't believe say that is factually correct, but I don't believe say what we they go through. Yeah, I will take one more call, but make I just finish my thought process, because I think we don't overlap the time, so calls are coming in. But so I will strongly encourage the caller for hold. Let me just take one more call. But I get the feeling, say, I'm not sure, say factually, not anything they way Nigeria and Kenya by way of civil unrest need for land from we. Because even Nigeria went through years and years of civil war, and so we know, say, we get a land for land. But I think the point that was being made, the reason why demonstration began in Nigeria and the reason why demonstration began in Kenya, it was purely economic reason. The presidents then raise taxes on necessary commodities. Okay, they know and tell the people then why such actions were being taken. The people then react. President Ruto of Kenya come back and say, listen, I was wrong, not because of the actions the way I take in terms of raising taxes, but because I don't explain to the people them, to whom I'm responsible, the reasons why I take them and the reason why we for take the action there if we want Kenya for change course for the better. So at least we get a demonstration of the president apologizing for lives lost, and admitting the fact that if he had to do it all over again, he would have done it the other way around. Nigeria, the president come and say, listen, all right, charity begins at home. If we want to do economic belt tightening, let me demonstrate good faith by taking a cut in my salary, by asking the minister to take cut in the salary, by asking governors them to do that, and by cutting government activities, by cutting down on traveling, by cutting this and cutting that, let we self with in control of the power, sacrifice. As the ordinary people already, we're not getting a choice to sacrifice by going through economic hardship. That's the position. So I cannot see how anybody will say we're not getting nothing for land from the Nigerian style of governance. All would they talk but now a matter of take into account the reality that you work for the people. You are a government by the people. You are a government of the people. You know, government of the people by the people. You know, and therefore be government for the people. Then we come down to the idea about demonstration. My thing with the minister was simply, the minister could have prefaced in answer by saying, I'm not against demonstration. Constitutionally protected demonstration I will always allow. But the law not cover demonstration will involve violence to people and violence to property. You see, because when you count on the media, you therefore really be very careful with your words. But the minister talk as if all demonstrations were condemnable. So that's where I disagree with him, because we don't see, we get tons and tons of, I mean, how else would the civil rights activities in the United States are taking place if there were no demonstration? If everybody just go along with waiting the Jim Crow government be doing in America, how long would things have, how much changes would have taken place in South Africa and Rhodesia? And you know, and if them just allow, then say no demonstration, which is what in fact the white governments in the then country, they even in America here, were saying. They would try for quell demonstration. So demonstration has some good returns. So the minister is wrong on that. What I think, to me, Sierra Leone is such an easy country to govern, despite we disagreements on many things. I think is the way issues are addressed that lead to some confusion. You are not going to give the police lethal weapons and tell them they can shoot to kill or shoot to hurt. If people then, they demonstrate. You know, you can quell their even then destructive activities there by people by not giving the police lethal weapons. Now another caller talk about, oh, then they encourage demonstration. Well, what is wrong with encouraging demonstration? You see, we get for respect the law. The law for apply equally across the board. If we believe in the Constitution, then we all duty for respect them. You cannot say, because your party in a power, the law don't mean anything. But the law should mean something where we are out of power. I think we will rise above this APC, SLPP mentality. I keep saying that. If we put the country before everything else, you will see the country in a different light. Okay? I mean, you can encourage constitutional exercise of demonstration and discourage violence and destruction of property. That's easy to do. You come for permits for demonstrates, you tell the permit person they should not be held responsible for the misconduct of others. I know we can't take permits for go demonstrate. Then somebody's way such not to part of a group, or if you know a group, you know, conduct yourself accordingly, you go out, you go damage property, you can't hold me responsible. So the police can tell whoever they come for the permit, say, here, in accordance with your right for protest, we will give you the permit. But there are certain guidelines you must adhere to. Number one, no violence involving destruction of property and lives. If you sense anybody preaching violence in your group, attempting to destroy or be violent, reporting, we all get telephone now. Everybody almost get a telephone. You can call the police very quickly and say, hey, we'll get some agitators in our group. we see some strange face in our group who not belong here. Before things get out of control, please, when I send dispatch police to, within a such location, because there are people who come not to for demonstrate the cause, but now for try for instigate violence. So the police for know that, and then for encourage people and for do that, and then for look out for agitators then. Now someone of call us then call indeed and say something to the effect that, oh, sometimes the government itself, not necessarily this government, because that was being practiced by even APC, then go send agitators in the midst of peaceful demonstrators then for justify arrest, shooting, and killing of people. The government itself, there's evidence that the governments in the past have done that. You know? Well, that's acting in bad faith. That means the government itself is creating the very unrest that it is empowered to prevent. So these are some of the things. So, and then somebody say, well, the minister not clearly articulate. Listen, my thing is, minister doesn't have to go TV station and talk English. And English has nothing to do with how educated you are. Not like any language. Some people are more fluent than others. Some man sabi talk good Creole. Some man sabi talk good Fula. Some man in Creole and Fula and Minde and Timini, not as fluid and fluent. So let we encourage ourselves for speak what we are comfortable in. So we're not going to begin guess what the minister get in mind. If the minister feel more comfortable in Creole, I beg we own today our mentality. Let we allow the minister for talking Creole so we go know exactly what he mean. Because we all agree say English not to be first language. You know? Now we official language, but not to the language down the way and say back home we talk na Bobby. We get a common language, we get a national language, one a Creole, and we all agree say if you're not sabi talk Creole na salon, you are categorized differently. But I know say everybody within a government can talk Creole. So can't talk Creole because to the Sierra Leonean citizens you dey talk. If we feel say the outside world need for know what you say in Creole, then we interpret them. I mean, there are machines, there are everything will interpret anything you say in any language. But the idea of somebody to try to express or explain what the minister mean, what the minister, and that not for even arise. The minister for say exactly what he mean and mean what he say. You see? But I don't think anybody will agree with the minister for say demonstration is a bad thing. Demonstration with violence, the law no protect that kind of demonstration at all anywhere. Now somebody say they don't see any demonstration at Salon want to end up in violence. Well, that's because some of them were demonstration and the government there then they infiltrate the groups. You know, when students them in the 80s or whatever time, then Commander Frabe College then begin demonstrate, they were not necessarily that violent. And like I say, some of them students then today then are minister, then they in government, then they'll become the Agbagba, then they don't want to let people then do what in them they do where then they in power. And where they're not in power, where they're not be student. So it's a question of how much regard do we have for democracy and how much are we willing to commit ourselves to the rule of law. You know, democracy gets several components. And we need to understand democracy not to just free speech, not to just the right to vote, you know, not to just the right for demonstrate. Democracy even means protection of the minority. You see, a constitution is not there. And I can always draw the distinction and people need to understand. You don't draw up a constitution for control people and activities. That's what statutes are for. What you want to call acts of parliament, statutory laws. Statutory law govern. It governs the activities of individuals, of the people. The constitution primarily is to restrain the excesses of government, forgive government boundary beyond which they're not supposed to go. And that's why we get the courts that we always should try for let them get the power for call the shots and for make sure say the court not corrupt, for make sure say the court not become unduly influenced. Again, like a soccer game. If we believe in going in forming a league and we get linesman them and referees them, we for make sure say then referees and linesman and then are people of integrity. Otherwise, ball go, you go score a goal, referee say offside. We're not offside. You go score a goal, referee say you play foul. So for we all for enjoy the league and for enjoy the games, we get for make sure say we referee and get integrity. No matter how much they feel for one team for win, that referee they forget the courage for call foul way see him, for call penalty way see him, for give somebody a red card way is when it is justified. Now so you the run government. But you know they run government like a referee, you say, why they go ref? As long as the two teams are not like them, it no matter. But the one like, I go rock for them all the way till you win. You can't do that in a democracy. So we appeal to people, let we respect what in the Constitution call for. And I think there's a serious misunderstanding of what the purpose of a constitution in a country. And I know we need to get right to start with. When you protect one person in right under the Constitution, you protect everybody in right. We need for revisit with laws where when we don't mess up things so badly and Parliament continue for make more and messing up. So I'm simply saying, give the minister the freedom for talk Creole, okay? The freedom for talk English, if not English, he feel comfortable in expressing himself. Because there are some Sierra Leoneans who are just as fluent in English as they are in any other language of any of the local languages there. Unfortunately, you're not going to use local language for address the nation because we all not speak the same language. Now, we get two languages, then we will still say, we'll get national language in Creole, we'll get official language in English. National language, the vast majority of which they talk up. National language, every educated person, anybody who don't go to school, anybody who don't live in Freetown, Kenema, McKinney, Bow, they talk Creole. Okay? So then we express yourself in that. The official language, of course, you will not say you get for go school, for be able for speak out when English, probably you get for finish primary school and go secondary school before you go able articulate or say them fluently and write them well. But Creole, all it takes, you're not going to go to school. Just then now some fairly populated town, like Pendembu, Upper Barbara Chief Don Usami Bide, me on time, 80% of the people only talk Creole. So that's where I learned for Speak Minde. But there still were a good number of people who talk fluent Creole at that tongue. They don't know when they go Kenema, they don't want to go Bo, they don't want to go Freetown, they don't get education. So let's begin for respect, we don't think, and then we'll put something as the law in our country. Let we endeavor. And the thing with me, they advocate all the time about the lawlessness of government. And this go way back, not to this particular government. Meaning, when laws are passed, the government believes, say, they get the right for broke the law. Now, ordinary people have to comply with that. So minister go, for example, we talk about electricity. We talk about this. Being a minister, I not going to pay light bill. Now, lawlessness that one day. Being a minister, I not going to pay property tax. Now, lawlessness that one day. Now, you for sure bright example. But now, if you want to cast the blame, who do you blame? You blame the government of the day. Even if they not get anything to do with it, they must not be doing something right for make sure so things work. I mean, there's a lot I will say about this, but we're out of time. I appreciate you calling in. I appreciate you expressing yourself how you feel. Let me take one more call, and that will be the end of it for today. Hello, caller. What's your name? Thanks for holding. And please go ahead. Say what
yes,
you get.
Mr. Shyllon. Good evening. This is Fode Mustafa again from Leicester.
Yes, Mr. Mustafa. Thanks for calling.
I did call in response to we brought at them Tiafo and Brother Hussein. because whenever I read the way they are diaspora, they show this kind of, I can refer to as brand support. It is very discouraging, because
It is.
what about the people in a village when we don't get no idea about good governance within a democracy? I mean, not no more for say for go votes, the rights the way accompany the democracy what we talk about. Today then they agree with all the laws. They look waiting somebody is outside. They say they forgo sign if anything happen. You don't want them meet na the world where somebody they go do a demonstration and then they go say can't sign because say there's even the policeman shoot and sometimes the thing go out of order. Not you start the shooting. Now the policeman and shoot. Now people and run helter skelter. Then people and go sign say, oh, if something now Salon will get all these laws and people in the diaspora sitting and encouraging this. And even go further for talk about say, oh, what you achieve, the president they can't stay on the United Nations. That is for me the most discouraging factor of this present moment. If you go sit down at United Nations, you turn back now, oh, water not dey for drink. People they die of typhoid. Huh? Because typhoid now actually na dirty water people they drink, now they cause typhoid. And then you see those things, you dey clap for that, say you don't do well. We have no business sitting in United Nations Security Council. We don't get nothing for today. Go fix your water problem. Go fix your healthcare issues. Then the cookers you don't they would say, oh, we don't move for it's just like you see a poor man they pass now. Let me not to disrespect to the people in a Kobe. You say one go dine with the people in a state house in a salon. A good day they make us sit down at this table talk. Wait, turn back now. Oh, so man. Even who say I give for good sleep. Napan table they don't sleep. What you don't change because you don't go to state house. You get for kind of host, make sure say you get fine host, you get job, you get money for take care of your life, and then you say, okay, I don't move from this, I go move from one step to the other. But today they agree with all the laws them. Let me tell me now, because this support people in support, now make they always talk say now the now the way the democracy structure as alone we inherit now the problem. Because go tell me say if them we divide governance, we get regional government at the south, and then when I see Mother Bill don't perform economically, so wolf, other party they will not go vote for them. They go vote for them. But in the kind of democracy we see the SLP just represent the voice from the southeast. He give them food for it tomorrow, then they go vote election, or they not get food for it, they still go vote. So this is the problem. Because me, I cannot understand how I go follow these policies. This kind of failed economic policies where people in the poverty just increase. All salon just go BN. And you get people like, well, instead if they support a political party, now which way then they make sure say that political party they bring and change to the lives of the people. We're gonna make them better. Today the core SLPP supporters the way they support they vote for the party, then they don't even get something for it. What you don't add to their lives in the past 6 years? Nothing. And the future for make the increase, not even they. You see, so this now the thing that this way some of us are very, sometimes they sit down, they think, waiting at the essence for talk even. Because everybody just don't lose a hole, it entrench further. Pan alaki and pan backwardness and retrogression. Anyway, thank you very much, Mr. Shyllon. Light fire. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Mustafa. I appreciate that. Well, again, like I point out, I hope, and like you say, Mr. Mustafa said, some of we there abroad, we for be more analytical, and we for rise above this party issue because facts are facts. And facts, when you see them, if Motokana red, you can't say, well, I don't like red because I'm not to APC person. Now red, the Motokana red is a fact. If you see green, you can't say, well, I don't like green color only because SLPP are green. So then symbolize green symbolizes SLPP. But that still not going to change the car saying a green car. Worldwide, when the ministers say this is a worldwide crisis instigated, no, they are not them. We say all over the world. That's just broad generalization. America get like 3% to 4% inflation. How can Sierra Leone compare itself? Sierra Leone will get 40 or above % inflation, say it's a worldwide affair. And even that, the American government still they acknowledge that and they say, we'll go try to do more. We are trying to do more. We'll not bring more industry. And they always explain to we what they are trying to do. Even with 3-4%, we're not pleased. We're still complaining. But we are also telling with people that back home say with 40 to 50% inflation, they're not for complaining. Now, when rice now is staple, what economic theory is that for tell people and say, for tax rice? I mean, a common sense. Don't put no taxation on rice. Government is there to subsidize certain things. Subsidy is a good thing. Every government does that, even in America. Then they subsidize oil companies. The American government give billions and billions to Exxon, to BP, to Shell for do exploration. I mean, free money in the billions. Then they give each one of them companies there. Then they give farmers them. Then they subsidize farmers them. So any government will say the IMF tell them say they not force get subsidy of any kind. Therefore, leave the IMF alone because there are certain things government for subsidize. If you get train, if you get public transport, you cannot make it on a profit basis because it will be the cost will be too prohibitive or too high for the ordinary person where you want the public boss for help for be able to pay. So what do? Government reduces the fee and make the difference. That's why we forget a good tax structure. But a good tax structure enough for be selective. A minister enough for be able to skip tax for any item or other people and they pay tax for. You see, if we want to raise revenue, so we they shoot ourselves now with foot, we they shoot ourselves in the dark, then we they complain, then we they make false equivalence and false analysis. Some of the analysis then we they show for begin compare ourselves to other country. I mean, they are basically wrong. The analysis they will for the show and the comparison they will for the show, and I ain't will not the show. Okay. I mean, and if you want, and finally, if you get respect for the people, if you care about the people, if you are aware that the people are that you deserve, if you are aware that the people and put you there, if you are aware that you're of the people, by the people, and for the people, if you get the awareness, then you will be concerned, you will be sensitive to the people and feelings. So instead of reacting and trying to quell any form of demonstration, which is anti-democratic, you have to make it clear to the ordinary citizen. You go out there, you go demonstrate, you destroy property, you hurt anybody, you will be charged, you'll be prosecuted, you may go to jail. However, if you peacefully demonstrate and do things in accordance with the law, you're not going to worry about. Now, the government need for reassure, but you can't instill fear in the people and take away fundamental right from the people and say they have no right to demonstrate. And the Minister of Internal Affairs, they say demonstration doesn't serve any purpose. He's just wrong. I would like to invite the minister and I will show, make again all the respect we due and make it explain to we why it feel the way it feel. But me just plead with them for say, then when they take up them position here for go na government, for rule, then for understand say they're not kind of government so people will do what they say, pauper. No. People have the right to disagree and for question your motive and for question you. And you for be humble enough for listen. So that humility there, at least I appreciate it from the Minister of Internal Affairs. He was kind of relaxed, he was easy, he was accepting. I just know share the wisdom of the answers. But again, in the name of democracy, I think people should be willing to take me on view, which is in the name of the goodness of the country. And people should be willing to disagree with me and state their own view. I think it's all good for the country. Okay? But I think we have to be careful. We'll not for begin condemn demonstration. We'll not for begin so scared. I don't understand the scary part. Why a government will feel unsafe because you exercise a component of democracy by demonstrating. You know? Just government gets so much power. Just keep announcing to the people. As long as you get a peaceful purpose. One last thing, and one comment where the minister, I've seen, because fear self like comment, but we'll not play that portion there. But I want to show that the minister comment say where the bar association and get the meeting. When the police go there and obstruct them and prevent them from holding the meeting, that was because they don't get permits. But so in fairness to the minister, I'm not going to argue that because we're not playing for other people and get the view. We'll not play that portion there. So with that said, thanks listeners, dedicated listeners. Thank you. We appreciate every time we take seriously the view. Again, I will emphasize, we have nothing against any government, regardless of our disagreement with them, but we do hope and we hope people then go accept with sincerity that we are just for Sierra Leone. We are with dedication and for the betterment of Sierra Leone. And the betterment for Sierra Leone doesn't mean we for condone wrongdoing or allow one group, whether a political group or not, forget undue advantage over other group. Now, when we see ourselves as brothers and sisters, and we put the country above we all, and the only thing that Sierra Leone will do well. And we for land, for call a spade. Okay? So, when we begin to call things as we see them, with all honesty, then I think we will do ourselves a great favor. But until such time, we get a long way to go. People like we, are they in my 70s? If I'm lucky, I might get another 10 years. So, me does the do waiting I can do for posterity. Okay? I don't get, if I want to be selfish, I've lived in America for over 50 years. I don't get no reason to be passionate about waiting to go on Australia. I can say, forget it. But I will not. I was born there. I was raised there. I went to school there. I get love for the country. When I see something in America, I wish the country can get that. And the people can get that. And the people, not everybody, Fulaman, Minde man, Timleman, Limba man. Me not Creole, but you're not going to be a Creole. Everybody and me people. That's how me see Sierra Leone. Okay? I don't see people, I don't meet somebody one day in my life where I see Minde or Timine right now in face. Now in personality, now in matter. So I don't know what this big deal is about tribe or tribalism. You know, it's all rubbish. We get rid of all of that and regard ourselves as one people. But people should realize that we don't necessarily have to be always at peace with ourselves. We're not going to be violent, but we're not going to agree with ourselves. Reasonable people can differ. You can see things one way, I see another way. We're not going to fight. We're not going to kill ourselves over that. I just don't see any way. We all not serve we serve the same God, but we all not belong to the same religion. Now, problem to start where you want to force me for joining your own religion and see things the way your religion say are for seeing. Now, there's the problem to start. But if I respect how you see them, I try to understand why you see things the way you see things, I think we all will get along very, very, very well. Okay? So, with that said, thanks for listening. And I appreciate you participating and calling in the next time. And until then, good evening.